It's that time of the year. It's time for me to make my final Newbery Medal predictions of the year. Monday, January 30th, the American Library Association is going to announce the winners of all of their youth media awards, and I'm going to share with you today my top picks for the highest medal in the land, the Newbery Medal, which I love. I've read every single Newbery Medal winning book, and one of my fears each year when they announce it is that I haven't read the medal winning book. In the last 2 years, I had not read the Newbery Medal winning book at the time of the announcement. Quickly became the #1 book on my to-read list, and I, of course, read it. So hopefully this year I can break that streak, because I had read like 6 or 7 years in a row where I had read the Newbery Medal winning book. But these are my picks. First up, Christina Soontornvat's The Last Mapmaker. If you remember a couple of years ago, Christina won 2 Newbery honors. This book definitely has an opportunity to take the top prize. It is just an amazing adventure. It just feels timeless. It is just this epic world that has been created by Christina. It feels Newbery. It feels like it has that literary element, that beautiful writing with the unforgettable events that happen in this book. Amazing setting. I think that The Last Mapmaker is absolutely one of the front runners to win this prestigious award. I cannot wait to see what this book's journey is come Monday morning. Next up, we have a Newbery medalist in Tay Keller, who won the Newbery Medal 2 years ago, I believe, from When You Trap a Tiger. All 3 of her books are beautiful. The Science of Unbreakable Things, When You Trap a Tiger, and now Jennifer Chan Is Not Alone. Tay Keller is 30 years old, according to Wikipedia. So I was thinking, like, what if she, at 30 years old, has 2 Newbery medals? Like, whether or not she wins or not, we're inching closer to the time where she needs to be put in the conversation with the great writers of the world. Like, we're thinking, like, could she have a Kate DiCamillo career? Could she have a career where every book that she puts out has a potential to change lives, to affect the hearts of readers, and to win big medals and big prizes? I think that Tay Keller has that potential as an author, and she's already there. 30 years old, could have 2 Newbery medals within a week. Think about that. How many people have won 1 Newbery medal, let alone not a whole lot have won 2? And Jennifer Chan Is Not Alone. It just feels special when you read it. Like, you're reading, you're like, how did she do this? How did she come up with this? This is amazing. It's one of my favorite things to experience as a reader is when you're not sure, like, what genre it is, and as you're reading, you're like, is this fantasy? Is it science fiction? Is it realistic fiction? I could not stop turning pages. This book is beautiful. It's unforgettable. It's both magical and haunting. Jennifer Chan Is Not Alone has a real shot at winning the Newbery Medal or a Newbery honor. Next up on my list, A Rover's Story by Jasmine Warga. She won the Newbery honor for Other Words for Home. So I have 3 people who have recently joined the Newbery party who I have as my finalists this year, which is interesting because I love picking, like, debut authors to win something. So not this year, for some reason, these are my picks. This is the story of a Mars rover, Resilience, Rez, and it takes place over so many years. And to get into Rez's head and to experience what it's like for Rez to travel to Mars, the whole journey, beginning, middle, end, is just mind-blowing, and what a wild adventure. And then you also have this other element where one of the scientists working on Rez, her daughter, writes letters to Rez, like, over, I'm not even gonna say the course of how much time, but I was thinking when I was getting ready to film this video that Rez winning the Newbery, to me, would have a similar feeling to when Ivan from The One and Only Ivan won the Newbery. I almost felt like, as much as The One and Only Ivan winning the Newbery is Catherine Applegate's medal, I also feel like it's Ivan's medal. I feel like Resilience here is a character that will impact readers like Ivan impacted readers, whether or not it wins the Newbery Medal. This one is just really, really special. I haven't actually put this in my classroom library yet this year because I kind of want to read it aloud, and I never do that. Like, I never hold back a book from the library hoping that I can read it aloud, and I need to, like, fish or cut bait, right? Like, I need to, like, book talk this and put it in the classroom library or read it aloud. Like, Let's go, Mr. Sharp, step up. And then finally, this is the Outsiders pick. This is the pick that's not like on all the mock Newbery list. It's not a favorite, but when I read this book, I was so blown away. And I kept thinking about what it would be like to read a book like this, a wild story like this, a page turner like this, a magical, wonderful, epic, unforgettable story like The Midnight Children. Dan's book is so good. And I don't know if it feels like a Newbery book. I'm not sure what a Newbery book feels like, but this feels like a special story that, what happens if it was honored? What happens if this book gets a Newbery honor? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be special? Wouldn't that be a win for children everywhere? I think so. So these are my 4 picks. I left off so many wonderful books that I loved in 2022. The 2023 Newbery Medal is sure to add some books to my to-read list. Hopefully some of my favorites are honored by the committee. I cannot wait to see what wins. Let's go.